Yes, sir. Well, Alex, I appreciate talking to you. You answered my question, and I won't take up any more of your time so you can get back to your listeners. But I salute you and your crew. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Alex.
Well, thank you, Shannon. I mean, as if the Gulf hasn't gone through enough. Great, hardworking people down there. Great culture. I mean, I love Mississippi and Louisiana. You know, the elitist media makes fun of those states, but I think, you know, great people down there. You know, beautiful wildlife. You know, great fishing, and just really nice folks down there, have a great attitude. They've been through hell. They've had their guns confiscated during an emergency. They've had the military come in there. The military was basically baptized in evil during Katrina and ordered to go to high and dry areas and take guns to set the precedent, and they did follow orders. Unfortunately, they passed the globalist Luciferian test, and they've done everything they can. Remember when they blocked Jindal and others, the governors, from putting up their own brakes to keep the oil from coming in to the estuaries? And they lied about how much core exit they'd used. And what they do is they don't let people rebuild, and they give them a pittance or they give them nothing. Or they give them a small amount to move out of the area. And that's what FEMA has done. In fact, I've had some state reps on about this, and also some city council people in the last few months to cover this, where FEMA increased the floodplain to 40% roughly of the, from what they already had, a 40% increase geographically. And they're now telling people where they can and can't build, and FEMA demands you get flood insurance, but you buy it through them, so it's a tax. So they increase the floodplain, then they make you buy the insurance through them. And so, again, it's like the earlier caller last hour, where the feds and the states are trying to buy up more private property and put it off use. They're trying to basically shut everything down. This is the post-industrial rewilding Agenda 21 operation. And again, it sounds unbelievable, but it's real. I mean, I last week showed you the Army Corps of Engineers documents that are public. I showed you the London Guardian. Ventura went and interviewed them, and they admit it. I mean, it's there. It's happening. But it's happening incrementally. So this is how they're slowly forcing people out. Let's go ahead and talk to George in Connecticut. George, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I like to keep that S510 on the front burner. They're trying to force that through spending bill, from what I understand from Dodds.
No, it's total nightmare. And for those that don't know, tell them what S510 does.
It basically makes everything under their control that you grow, including probably your front lawn. They haven't gone that far.
And who gave a record? Who gave a record $12 million in the month of November to get the Senate to pass it? Big agribusiness wrote the bill. They're exempt from it all. For your small farmer ranch, it is written open-ended, where they can not allow you to grow things and sell it to anybody. No truck farms, no giving your neighbor preserves. Total federal bureaucrats on your back, on your property, and they're saying they're going to have game warden level warrantless search power.
I think we should try to put more pressure on all our senators and congressmen. But one aspect I think we should approach is possibly go after them through, how about Jews and Muslims and Hindus? Let's face it, they're going to put bug and swine genes into things, and God knows what, because they want Monsanto.
No, here's the problem. Here's the problem. They have had Monsanto and others give money to the World Council of Churches, which runs most of the denominations. So all you got to do is pay off the Jewish leaders, the Hindu leaders, the Muslim leaders, and believe me, they all take money, the Christian leaders, and then they come out and say GMO is of the Lord. You know, it's of Allah, it's of Buddha, it's of Christ. And then the people aren't even, I mean, look at how they're trying to not let you have a label on GMO cross-species salmon. So yes, that's a great point. Where are the churches?
I would like to also see one thing done on your website. Why don't we have people put up flyers or things on certain issues, so we can basically hand them out like the TSA thing at the airport, and that way we won't have to reinvent the wheel each time, and people will go to the airport. They can start handing them, use them as points of resistance. Basically, you go there with 100 things. You're going to go on a plane. You hand out to the TSA that, hey, look, this is going to radiate you. You're going to be dead in 10 years. And the same thing, we basically make every situation a point of resistance, so it becomes harder and harder for them to push this stuff through. Hello?
Okay, folks, weird stuff happens every once in a while. My main microphone quit working there, or the microphone didn't, one of our connections. So we hooked up another mic. I'll be back after break and continue with your phone calls on the other side. Again, I'm Alex Jones, and this is the one, the only GCN Radio Network. We're also simulcasting video feeds at prisonplanet.tv. Stay with us, and we'll go back to George in Connecticut. Let him finish up as well. It's like we have Casper, the unfriendly gremlin, out there. There's like hundreds of buttons inside a rack, and the one button to my microphone just popped out. So that's why my mic went off. They were all scurrying around trying to fix it, and there was the button not working. They'd already strung the other microphone over here. But we're back live, finishing up with George in Connecticut. Then we'll go to Zach, Chris, Tom, and others. Then I am going to start getting into news coming up in the segment after that, but it's open phones today. Going back to George, you got cut off there, George, by my microphone fizzling. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think we should put something on the site that has like flyers or whatever, so we can make every incident a point of attack against these people and keep the pressure up on them. For example, the TSA or the 510 bill. We can put if people can put up good information and good material, then we can make them into flyers and go at every food store, every place.
Well, that's been my plan for a long time, and what happens with websites is that areas that are small links kind of get forgotten about. But it's funny you said that. Just the other day, I told one of my web guys, if you go to Infowars.com, and on the right-hand side, a lot of key stuff's on the right-hand side, when you scroll down in between ads, there's username, password, logins, there's RSS feeds, there's podcast links. There's an area called Activism and Flyers, Infowar Tools. And I noticed it's got a lot of great stuff up there, but it hadn't been updated in a while. We need to take all the different contests we've had, the different flyers, the different issues we get sent, and post those just on a long page on top of each other as new stuff comes in. And so, yes, we are updating the activism area of Infowars.com actually today. And again, we're just going to add things as they come in, and some of the past flyers on a host of issues that we've been covering. There's also the flyer page that does have a bunch of flyers on the swine flu, on fluoride in the water, on the TSA, on the police state. So again, bottom right-hand corner, or almost down at the bottom of Infowars.com. We do have that area, and we need to get a link up on prisonplanet.com over to that. Great points. Good to hear from you. Let's go ahead now and talk to Zach in Texas. Zach, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hey, thanks, Alex. I want to first off thank you for all that you've been doing and all the news you've been spreading.
Well, thank you.
I live in Austin. I'm a student at the University of Texas, and I wanted to know if you've ever thought about running for the Texas or even U.S. Congress.
No, I'm not going to run for any office because the campaign laws are written where if you're an honest candidate, they can find something you've done, because it's impossible to run a clean campaign and put me in prison. Plus, I can do more outside of the system, pointing out issues and supporting people that are running for office, and basically putting my ideas out there. And then a lot of activists pick up on it and carry the ball. I think I'm most effective making films that hundreds of millions of people see online, doing a radio show that reaches millions of people every day, having news websites that reach millions of people every day. I mean, we're exponentially growing, having huge success. And so that's the direction I'm going to continue to go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Amen.
I mean, under campaign finance laws, I can't have news websites, I can't have a radio show, or I can't have involvement with the news sites anymore if I run for office.
Yeah, that'd be no good.
But, I mean, it's an interesting idea. I ran for state rep for about a week until I actually was reading the rules and things, and I didn't have the money to have all the lawyers and to follow it all correctly and to ask for money. I mean, you got to ask for money to run for office. And people are like, hey, he's asking for money. You know, it takes money to run this operation. We've got to sell products and promote things. People are like, you shouldn't be selling anything. You know, you should have, the whole studio should just be magic and free. You should do your radio show from a ditch with a tin can. You should stand there with a sandwich board. You have to even make compromises to do things in a radio format. And I don't compromise my ideals or my views, but you have to make compromises like being commercial, something I don't particularly like, but I've got to do it. You've got to, but to run for office, it is just a snake pit. But we need people who are willing to do it, and people who have those skills. But I appreciate your call. Let's jam in one more here. Let's talk to Chris in Wisconsin. You're on the air.
Hi, Alex. Long-time listeners, 7 years or so. Second-time caller. First time I called you, I suggested the idea of doing fail videos. Might be something to put on your social network. New World Order fail videos, and they've certainly given us enough new fails and since I talked to you last.
That's right. In internet nomenclature, that's a fetish-filled delight to call something a fail. And we could produce some really great fail videos, New World Order fails. That's a great idea. Stay there. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to run through Tom, Donald, and Richard, and then others. And after I'm done with these 4 calls that I just mentioned, I'm going to blitz through a bunch of news, then more of your calls. We got a guest coming up the last half of the next hour. Infowars.com.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We've got it. This transmission is coming to you.
Waging war on corruption.
All right, you are go.
It's Alex Jones, coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.
We're going straight back to your calls and through a big news blitz. When we come back in the next hour, I will continue with 30 minutes of calls and a special in-studio guest with great folks really taking action here in Austin. I won't be there this Saturday at the airport because I'm going out of town, but I hope you will be there because this is very exciting, this demonstration coming up in Austin. Start your own in your area. You can imitate, other people that have been successful, like Tag right here in Austin. Okay, before I go any further, I want to tell you about endofamerica3.com. And, of course, you heard Porter Stansbury on. Great analysis, great information. So many of his predictions have come true, and he believes that the implosion is going to accelerate. Stansbury & Associates Investment Research is an independent investment research firm founded in '99 with subscribers in more than 100 different countries. They recently created an eye-opening video that you can see at endofamerica3.com for free, detailing their biggest and most important prediction yet that they're claiming, endofamerica3.com. And finally, I want to tell you about theultimateknife.com. Renew Tech Solutions is offering the ultimate knife at the ultimate price, the Fox Karambit. This amazing knife is a form-fitted and beveled to be the most comfortable knife ever held. The ring feature helps keep the knife secure in place to help prevent slipping and being disarmed. Their website's excellent. It's got all these videos that demonstrate it. The Emerson Wave catch feature allows you to open it with one hand faster than a switchblade with no springs. They have a full 1-year warranty and a full 7-day trial money-back guarantee. Lastly, due to overwhelming response, Renew Tech Solutions made major updates to their site. Again, the website is theultimateknife.com. And, again, it's our sponsors that make the broadcast possible, but all the sponsors we have on, I believe in the products that they're promoting, like the Fox Karambit. It's awesome. In fact, Rob here, Jacobson bought one here in the office. He likes it so much. Also, we sold the extra damaged deliberate dumbing down books that we had. They're all gone. They're all gone. All we have left is, what is it, 17 signed books by Charlotte Iserby, and I'm going to sign them too. So those 17 hardcovers, and then they're gone. That's it.